Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mindfulness online meditation. Thank you for being here. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice, and your presence counts. So the theory of mindfulness is interesting and it's convincing. The science shows that it's good for us, it's good for our mood and our health, and it's good for those around us. So it's just important to practice. Otherwise, it's just theory and nothing changes. So sitting regularly and paying attention in a formal and an informal way to our lives as they unfold moment by moment. This is what helps to bring us into the now and to give us a greater connection with our lives and those around us. Today, I'm going to guide us in 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath and encourage us to notice if there's any sense of gratitude when we pay attention carefully to the moment, by paying attention carefully to the breath, and when we pick up the detail in those physical sensations and we connect carefully with the now through the body breathing, sometimes there's a feeling of wonder. My goodness, the body just breathes by itself, and it's been going since I was born, and I don't have to think about it. I can think about it, I can control my breath, but otherwise it just happens all by itself. And once we enter into the moment with an open heart and with curiosity, sometimes there's a sense of wonder at the detail and the marvel of what we observe. And if that happens, if there's some sense of warmth and gratitude, then I encourage you to notice it, be with it, and let it infuse your experience and your body and your moment. Sitting in a dignified posture, sometimes called sitting well or sitting strong, this helps us to stay alert and present. And when we're ready, closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. First of all, coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting. How do we know we're sitting? It's the physical feelings of touch, pressure, contact that tell us we're sitting in a chair or on a cushion. We can feel that we are supported from underneath. It's our senses that tell us what's going on. So we're feeling the body sitting rather than thinking about it. And we might like to notice the physical sensations in our feet. Maybe we can feel our socks, the floor, the air. We're practicing putting our attention into the body and noticing the detail as if it's all fresh and new. So we can feel ourselves sitting, and then we can move our attention to the breath. Breathing naturally. We can probably feel some movement in the abdomen. Expanding and receding as the breath comes in and out of the body. Maybe we're aware of the rib cage rising and falling. And we're observing with interest, but not trying too hard. We have a spacious awareness of what's going on as we breathe. Skin against clothes, the slight stretch, the mind wandering, coming back to the breath when we notice we've drifted off. And maybe feeling the ribs expanding around into our back or under the shoulder blades. Maybe we notice areas of tension or holding. Just observing what's there and being with what we find. Maybe aware of the air passing in the throat, in the nostrils. Cooler one way, warmer the other. And taking a moment to notice what is your personal experience of the breath. Where do you feel it right now? Taking the position of the kindly witness, observing the body breathing, and picking up the subtle detail. And when we watch in this way, there may be a sense of interest, or we may even marvel at what the body does and how we feel it. Aware of just a tip of the iceberg of all the processes that take place in the body automatically all the time. And we can observe part of it by observing the breath. And so a connection with our breath in this way can generate a connection with our body and possibly a feeling of gratitude and wonder. For all the ways that the body keeps us alive, of which we can only know or sense a part. And coming to the awareness of the breath and the movement. Sensing the body breathing. Perhaps feeling this warmth and gratitude. And allowing it to linger there. And just a few more breaths in mindful awareness. Observing the detail. And finishing with a slightly deeper breath. And opening our eyes when we're ready. And aware of that transition too. So once we notice more of the detail in our lives, it becomes apparent that everything around us is there because it's part of a huge network of other people, of elements, of the environment, of nature. And once we start to notice the interconnectedness of everything, then we can start to have a sense of wonder and gratitude, the way we might do when we're observing our breath and the moment. So, for example, if you're eating something, you're eating a piece of fruit, and you're sensing the taste and the color of the skin, and maybe it occurs to you that the sunlight and the soil made this possible, and that perhaps it might occur to us that a whole series of evolutionary steps brought this piece of fruit about, that everything started with a big bang and just a few clouds of gases. And once we connect with the objects and the elements around us in this really careful and conscientious way, then we start to understand the complexity of the systems and the interplay of everything that brings us our food and everything that we use in our lives. And it's really an opportunity to notice the detail and to feel a sense of gratitude and wonder, and to feel that we are a part of everything and connected, and that we can miss that if we're not moment by moment aware of the detail of what's in front of us. And so we practice by being aware of the physical sensations of the breath, and we can expand that awareness to our day-to-day lives and the elements around us and all the things that keep us supported and alive. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon for another shared meditation. Keep up the formal practice.